Well, if you've found this video, chances are you are considering eloping in New York City, and you're probably also going to be looking to document that with photography or videography. So obviously this is one of my favorite topics, so much so that after this series is done, I'm going to do another series entirely dedicated to how to hire a wedding photographer, not videographer. I'm not an expert so much in that field, but certainly when it comes to still photography, I have a lot of thoughts. It can be a very complicated process. In terms of elopement photography specifically, there are quite a few of us who specialize in photographing elopements in New York City. And it is to your advantage to hire somebody who knows the city really well, because you never know what can happen on a wedding day, and it's great to have someone who really understands the logistics that goes into putting together an elopement timeline, who knows the ins and outs of City Hall, all the best spots in Central Park, all the other weird out of the way places that you see and you're like, one day I'm going to take a client here because this is going to fit somebody's dream of New York. And you also just simply understands photography and knows the challenges that are very unique to New York City. Honestly, like, I would not hire someone, even if they're substantially cheaper, from some random place in the Midwest, because people do, they come to New York and offer their services, but they don't really know what it's like to work in and out, day in and out, year in and out. I've done hundreds of elopements in New York City. They just don't quite have that experience. So when you hire somebody like me, I feel like this is turning into a marketing pitch here, but when you hire somebody like me, you're getting somebody who has not only photography experience going back 2 decades, which is scary, but also specific knowledge of New York City going back about 13, 14 years now. I've experienced so many different things. I can definitely steer clients in different directions to choose something that may be more beneficial to their experience. And yeah, I really do love what I do. And it's truly my pleasure to guide people around New York, couples and their families around New York City, so they can experience not only the city in a different way, even if you're local, but go to the locations that have inspired them to want to get married in New York City in the first place. So anyway, that's my spiel on that. I'm going to come back in a couple weeks with some more detailed information on how to hire, and that's much more general. But if you're eloping in New York City, there are photographers that specialize in it, and I would recommend going with one of us. I would guess the pricing. I mean, again, there are people who will do things and literally make no money, like negative money, for experience. So if your budget is on the lower end, you might find somebody and be willing to take a risk and hire somebody for a few $100s. I would say you're definitely going to be getting north of $1,000 at least for someone with some experience and who's a professional photographer and has backup equipment, that kind of stuff. When it comes to video, there are some videographers that specialize in elopements, but there's not that many. So I can recommend some. We started adding content this year, so I provide that sort of video light experience, and we also can do ceremony recordings only, in like high quality, video format, and not a content style like the phone like this. We can do that for intimate weddings, and we've done that quite a few times, my team and I. So we can offer that. We also do have audio. We have mics, so we can record some higher quality audio for you. But for a full video experience, like from getting ready through the end of the day, there are videographers that I can recommend who will be able to capture that for you. I recommend if you're having a custom ceremony, or if you're having speeches, especially once you get into intimate wedding territory, you're going to be looking at sort of more of your regular wedding videographers. There's some that specialize in, there's very few, I think, that really specialize in elopements. Most of my clients do not hire videographers, especially now we have content, so it's not as necessary, but you certainly could have it, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it is certainly going to be an extra expense. Pricing wise too, I would say $1,000 at least plus.